let's do this. Okay, so we're going to start out with sun.
Sun.
Sun has lots of light and heat. And it's at the very center of our solar system. And then we have, what's this one?
E. A. Oh, T.
Spells?
Earth.
Yes. So, and then the Earth goes around the sun, right? And the Earth also spins. It's got its own spin. Okay? Remember, one spin is 1 day, and one orbit is 365 days, right? Okay, we're going to talk about that a little more. Okay? And then around the Earth, we have moon. Okay? And the moon goes around the Earth.
Yes.
Okay? So, Earth goes around the sun, and the moon goes around the Earth, right? So, but which one is the biggest? Which one's the biggest?
Which one? Which one is the biggest?
Let's see. Sun, Earth, or Moon?
Sun.
Good job. Yep. Which one's the smallest?
Moon.
Moon. Good job. Remember Dr. Jeff? He showed the great big yellow ball. And the great big yellow ball, they had also a little baseball. But sometimes, if you're looking at one ball up close, and the other ball is far away like this, when you're looking at both of them, they kind of look the same size, right? Does it look the same size, this one and that one? Yes or no? Does it look the same size? Yeah. Does it look the same size? Are you checking them out? Do they look the same size like this?
Same size like this?
They kind of look the same size. But then when you stick them next to each other, you're like, oh, wait, that's smaller, huh? And that's why sometimes the sun, when we look up in the sky, the sun looks the same size as the moon. But the moon is a lot closer, and the sun is a lot bigger. And that's why they all look different, right? So this is Earth. We have our moon, and this is our
Light.
It's the light. What makes the light? The sun, the earth, or the moon?
Sun.
Yeah, the sun makes our light, right? So when we look at the light, when you're looking at like this, and this light's over here, okay, how much of the light do you see? You see all of this right here? All that is light, right?
Light.
If you look really closely, there's a shiny spot right here. That shiny spot is where most of the light is hitting it, right? And if you look on the Earth, there's a shiny spot right there. And that's where the light is hitting it. Very, very directly, right? So, but if, as we're going around, as the sun is going around in the sky, we're actually going around it. So as you're looking at it, you're starting to look at it from this angle. You see how the light changes? It's back here now, and then it's back here, and then it's all in the front, right? But then we go around this way, it starts going backwards the other way. See? Now you can see it coming the other way. It's coming back, and now it's coming back here, right? So when we're looking at the moon, you've seen it in the sky, the moon, sometimes it looks like this. All of this is dark, right? And all we see is this little thumbnail. So sometimes when we're looking at the moon, right? Listening. So if we're looking at the moon and we're looking up at it and we see the moon in the sky at night, and it's really bright, you got to remember the moon is not making light. This ball, is this ball making light? Yes or no?
Yeah.
No, right? So this ball doesn't make light. It's the sun.
Sun.
The sun makes light,
Sun makes light.
and it bounces off of the moon, and that's what makes it bright. That's why we can see it right now, right? So when it's going around the earth, sometimes you get a shadow on it, and sometimes the sun is only showing part of it. It's only hitting part of it. So you get a moon sometimes that is full. When it's really, really big and a big round circle, that's a full moon, right? But then it starts to move. And then you've got this side is dark a little bit, right? And then all of a sudden, a couple days later, you've got only half of it, right? Like we saw in the video. Yeah? Are you listening? And then we only have just a little bit left at a certain point. And it looks like a little thumbnail up in the sky. Right? Over here, got the dark moon, right? This is totally dark at this point. And then the next one, we're going to have a little bit of light now again, just the opposite of the other one. Okay, and then we're going to get a half. It's actually called a quarter moon. Okay, and then we'll see most of it, which is going to be called a gibbon moon. Okay. Okay. So it keeps on going like this. Starts over. Okay. Ready? Okay. So it goes full moon. See? Full moon. And then most of it, half of it, crescent, nothing, zero right here. And then you got another crescent on the other side.
One.
Just one little bit. And then you've got this one here. This is a half.
Three.
Actually called quarter. And then this one is a gibbon moon, right? Okay. So this is what I'm going to do. Right here, what are we looking at? How much light do you see? Is it full or is it dark?
Dark.
Yeah, it's dark, right? Okay. Now on this side, what do you see? You've got light on the left, right here. Okay. Light on the left, dark on this side, mostly dark. So you're right here. Right? Or if we're on this side, now we've got just a little thumbnail over here on the side, right? See? Like right here. So just a little bit on this side and it's dark on this side, right? You go back here, which one is it? Which one is it now?
Moon.
Which one?
Full moon.
Yeah, good job. So as it goes around, that shows us how much light we have, right? That light is reflecting off the moon as it goes around. The sun's light will hit it, and we will see it down here on Earth as the moon goes around the Earth. Okay? Is that kind of cool? Nice. Now we got through the light. Okay. And then we're going to talk about how the Earth gets hit by light. Okay? So we're done with the moon. We're going to talk about how the Earth gets hit by light. Okay? Let's start with this. Okay? Do you like it outside when it's hot or cold?
Hot.
Hot? Okay, so you like summer? So you have summer, fall, winter, and spring, right? Those are our seasons, okay? So the Earth, right here, spins, right? Like we talked. So it spins 365 times in 1 year. One rotation of the sun, it'll spin 365 times, right? But the Earth is not straight up and down. It's like this. It's tilted. Okay? So it makes it so the light hits different places more sometimes of the year, right? So, do you know where we are? Look, we are right there. Okay? We're right here.
Salt Lake City. Oh.
And Boise right there. Yep, you see Boise?
Boise.
Should I mark it? Let's mark it. Okay? We're gonna mark Boise. That's our spot.
Boise.
So, but the Earth is not straight up and down. It is sideways. It's a little bit of a tilt, right? Still spins from the north to the south pole, right? So it spins all the way around those. Okay? So as you're looking at it right now, okay, sit down. I know you want to see the reflection, huh? You like looking at the light reflection, huh? Okay, sit down. Okay. Is the most light here on the front or on the back?
Front.
On the front, right? So the most light, it hits here first. You can see a little shiny spot, right?
Okay.
And that's where all of the heat from the sun is going to hit. So this is going to be really, really hot. Okay? So if this is where all the heat is, on the back, you think it's going to be hot or cold? There's no sun.
Cold.
Cold. Good. Nice, you caught it. So on the back side, it's going to be very cold. So as Earth is spinning, one spin is 1 day, right? And as we're going around the sun, see, right here, when we're looking at Boise, so Boise right now, when we get hit by the sun, right here, this is like the winter, right? Because we're way up here. And the sunlight is hitting more down here, right? So it's way up here, so there's not as much light. The most light is right here, a little bit more, or I mean a little bit less, and a little bit less, and then a little bit less, and then we're getting darker, and oh my gosh, it's getting cold, right? Does that make sense? So this is the point when Boise is cold. This is winter, right? But when we get over to this side, now look, where's Boise? Right there. So when the Earth spins and we're in daylight, do we have more sun on this side? We're like direct sunlight, right? On this side. Does that make sense?
Does that make sense?
So this is summer. This is what you like, right? You like summer, right? You like summer or winter?
You like sun.
Sun, yeah, you like the winter, huh? Or the summer. So you like the summer the best because this is, on this side you get the most heat. So as we are spinning around, we're also going around the sun, right? And that's what makes days and seasons and years. Okay? Does that make sense? Can you sit down? Yep, right there. So this is winter. Spring. This is where we're at
Cozy.
right now. Oh, and then it came off. And this is where we are at right now. Here, let's just do this. I'll just stick it on the paper clip. Okay. So this is where we're at right now. So this is spring, and summer, and then fall. Okay. And then it starts getting colder again in Boise as we're spinning. Okay. Does that make sense? So that makes seasons. Doesn't spin as well now, huh? Okay. You don't want to pop it. Hold on. So, but does this make sense why it's warmer sometimes in the summer and why it's colder in the winter? Does that make a little bit more sense? Right? Because the sun's hitting us more. Right? You get it? Your favorite's the summer, right? Okay. Should we do a quick review? Call it good? Quick review. Okay. Sun.
Sun, Earth, Moon.
Okay. Which one's the biggest?
Which one's the biggest? Sun,
Sun. Which one's the smallest?
Earth, Moon.
Yeah, the moon. And the moon goes around the earth, right? So, and as does we're looking at the moon and the sun and the earth. Which one makes light? The sun, earth, or moon?
Sun,
The sun, right? The moon does not make light, but it can reflect light. So sometimes we see
full,
a full moon, and then you get a crescent,
1,
and then it changes.
3.
Just depends on how much light is bouncing off of it, right? And the same way that the moon is going around the earth and gets hit by the sun, Earth gets hit by the sun, and as it's rotating and orbiting the sun, we end up with seasons, right? Okay, does that make sense?
Does that make sense?
Okay. We'll probably keep reviewing it, but is that kind of cool?
Is that kind of cool?
We should look at the moon tonight, huh? Okay. Okay, we can call it good, okay? Thanks, buddy.